No. No. What? Hang on. Hang on. No. Shoot. Hang on. Oh, that's why. Shoot. Oh, gosh darn it. No, I'm on the wrong mic. I'm sorry. Okay, hang on. Now at work? Hello, hello. Is it working? There it is. Yes? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we're good. Sorry. Ay, ay, ay. All right, my bad. And we're good to go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm already a little bit flustered because I have to try and bang through this. Um, because I have to get up tomorrow. So I'm somewhat early today. Yay, exciting, amazing. So we're gonna start with we're getting into it. We're getting down to it where instrument check ride is coming up. So we're gonna bring back the hang on. Pause for effect while I find the thing. Airman certification standards. So we're gonna pretend like and it is. It's only Mach to the 2.2 power because I haven't actually gone over full Mach. Shoot, I need that up too. Sorry. Full Mach check ride stuff. With instructor number one instructor who is now back. So yeah, so we're just gonna wing it. And if it starts getting a little bit, if I get a little stuck on something, we're just gonna go. All right, so I get there, fly in, I get there super early, and he ends up being early too, so I'm flustered. Yeah, no. Hopefully this time. Last check ride he was there when I got there, and I got there like an hour early, so I was upset. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. I don't feel bad about it. But yeah, so I get there early, get all my stuff together, boom, we start getting down to it. So knowledge, certification requirements. Um, I need to have the 50 hours of cross country time. It needs to be PIC, so the solo stuff during private pilot doesn't count. Or sorry, the non-solo stuff during private pilot training does not count. 40 hours of instrument time. It's it's all in the FAR aim. Recency of experience. We'll go with that. So I would just hand in my logbook for the certification requirements. Make sure beforehand that all of those are met. Recency of experience goes back to private pilot stuff. So have to have had a flight review or a check ride within the past 2 years. Um, in order to carry passengers, 3 takeoffs and landings within the past 90 days. If at night or in a tail wheel, they have to be to a full stop. And then for the instrument stuff, it's the 6 hits, which is within the past 6 months, cumulative, if that's the correct word to use for what I'm trying to describe. Within the past 6 months, there needs to be 6 instrument approaches with holding procedures and tasks, intercepting and tracking courses with navigational equipment, and that can be within an approved simulator. And then there's like deeper stuff with that, but I won't get into that right now. It's all in the FAR aim, and we'll eventually add that in probably privileges and limitations. Um, so when do you need an instrument rating? When the weather is below VFR within controlled airspace. 2, on an IFR flight plan. 3, um, in Class Alpha airspace. And 4, special VFR at night. Excellent. Part 68, basic med privileges and limitations. I hate basic med. We'll move on from that for now. The applicant demonstrates the ability to identify, assess, and mitigate risks encompassing failure to. So, yes, proficiency versus currency. Currency is the minimum legal requirements in order to legally fly IFR. Proficiency is actually being comfortable and competent. Yeah. Failure to set personal minimums. I have to make my little sheet. Failure to ensure fitness for flight and physiological factors. So that's the PAVE, the I am safe, and among other things. Flying unfamiliar airplanes, don't do it. Or operating with unfamiliar flight display systems and avionics, don't do it. Okay, scenario given by the evaluator. We'll work through that at some point. To determine the applicant exhibits satisfactory knowledge, blah, 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 blah. Sources of weather data, yeah, National Weather Service, Flight Service, for flight, the, it is just the National Weather Service site, isn't it? I feel like it's something else. I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, acceptable weather products, resources utilized for pre-flight planning. Oh, and 1-800 weather brief, current and forecast weather for departure and en route operations and arrival phases of flight. So yeah, checking those. The TAFs, the METARs, getting the ATIS or AWAS, any of the weather in the air. And I'm sure the 1-2-3 rule applies at that point, as well as, yeah, checking minimums for expected approaches. Meteorology applicable to departure, en route, alternate, and destination for flights conducted under instrument flight rules to include expected climate and hazardous. We're not going to get into that tonight. So yeah, I have a cross country planned. So we'll look at that kind of, and I think it's just a general no go at the moment. We wouldn't be flying it anyway, but that would be my answer in Checkride. To determine the applicant exhibits satisfactory knowledge, blah 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 blah, route planning, blah 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 blah. Okay, so let's do it. Here we go. So technically, and I have to again talk to number one instructor about this. I would file direct because again, that's what I have heard is that that's generally what you do. What you actually do in real life is you file direct. So I'm gonna put I have the VOR track here just so that I have it. However, I'm gonna put it in here. Where is it? Direct to. Oh, and look, it's VFR now. Everything was IFR and low IFR when I planned this. So from Kith to Kafok. Yeah, I think you can tell why I chose that one. And now I'm shy about it. And then to Kipu as the alternate. So what I did, here we go. I'm pretending that DPE. I'm pretending we're at Ithaca, and he told me to make a flight plan to Suffolk. So yeah, so that's that. So we would start out departure procedures. Let us check. Takeoff minimums. Boom. Here we go. And we are coming from Ithaca. Perfect. Is there any more of those? It's just these. Okay. So takeoff minimums, departure procedure. So we can't take off from tiny runway, or is it the tiny runway? Or am I thinking of the other one? Yes, it's tiny grass runway. No taking off from there. Departure procedure. If it's runway 14, we climb runway heading to 2,400 before turning left, or for climb in visual conditions, cross the airport at or above 2,400 before proceeding on course. Interesting. So 3-2, climb heading, runway heading to, I assume it's runway heading, but I probably should actually check that, to 1,600 before proceeding on course. Interesting. So we'll have to come back to that because we are going to take off from it. Yeah. So we're planning on going that way. It's MVFR. Let's see what the weather actually is. So Kapu at the 7th isn't it? Seems like it's going so fast. At 0053 Zulu. So we are going to get another one coming up here soon. It's 0 knots. Excellent. So we'll probably take off 3-2. 6 statute miles, light rain, bloom, overcast at 1800. So we would get our clearance on the ground because I usually end up actually calling them at 3000 and we'll be in the soup at that point. So 19 and 18 for temperature dew point, respectively. Altimeter 3005 remarks AO2 differentiates precipitation and all those things that I don't know except the temperature. Awesome. Okay. So we would technically, I would plan to file direct, which takes, so according to, hang on. So according to this, it's going to take 2 hours 55 minutes to go along all of these routes. I have it different on my phone though. Hang on, let me check. Oops, cancel flight plan. And we'll file at least 5,000, but probably we will. We'll just go 7,000 because I like having a Yep, because then there's a 5,500, there's a 6,400 there. Well, yeah, 6,400 there, 6,000, and we don't want to be bopping up and down too much. So we'll file at 7,000 because we're going easterly. Excellent. So we're filing at 7,000. We are leaving now. Where's my, there it is. Now. So my 4 flight says it would be 3 hours, 8 minutes. Plus the extra, and that's to the alternate, which we'll get to. Plus 45 minutes. My plane, or the plane that I fly, is 4 hours of fuel. So we're good. It's cutting it close there, but yeah, it's technically legally good. We're not planning on flying this anyway. I feel like it should be a sort of ELT situation where you go land and fuel up halfway. Like when you're half tanks. Okay. So we did that, figured that out. What else do we need to do? Yes. So yeah, so basically my actual, without the VOR stuff, my actual intended filing would be to, where is it? To the initial approach fix, which is this VOR. Approach. Oh no, there's an into KPOO. Never mind. Getting rid of KPOO. Okay. Procedure. They're still on arrival. No. Okay. Hings. Hink. We'll start at Hink. Yay. Okay. So close. Discard route changes. Adjustment. Hang on. Where's Kahink? Or just Hink. Oops, shoot. No, 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 no. And here I thought I planned so well. Hink. There. Hink. Procedure. I forgot about arrivals. Gosh darn it. Showing map. No procedure. Procedure, arrival, Neely, Hink. Perfect. Amazing. Now I have to get rid of all this stuff in order to actually show you what that is, where it is. So it comes from, what is this? Kapul. So we're up here, and it comes from, I think, here. Is that? No. It starts way up here, the arrival. Is it this one? This one. Yep. So it starts here. So I didn't have to do any of this. So I go there. And then it's to, is that Hings? It goes to Hings. All right. I'll just type it. Dang it. Hings. Oh, and it's a, well, I guess it's a GPS one. So Pony. Nelly. Whiphore. Well, that's what I'll do. Sorry, hang on. Gosh darn it. And if this is getting too tedious, we're just gonna go fly. Arrival. Just kidding, wrong one. So to, what is that? Where have I gone? Oh yeah, screw it. All right, that's our plan. And Kipu is our alternate. Because it does. It boops us around. We use the GPS. So yeah, so we're just gonna go like that. I would file direct to Hink for the Nelly 3 arrival. And it is area navigation, so again, we won't be able to do it if we didn't have a proper GPS, but we're pretending we do, and we do. And then the approach, we would use the ILS because I cannot get TACAN in the plane that I fly. Yes. To Kefok. Fook. This was a terrible idea. I'm sorry. So we're going there. So yeah, so here's our arrival. So we'd start at Hink, go there. Oh. So technically, so this is strictly GPS. This is an intersection. Get shiggy with it. Hings and Pony. Where's Pony? Yeah, that's an intersection. But a tango intersection. So Pony. Hang on. Let's see if I can do this. Oops. Perfect. What? Oh, it is. It is a tango. It is along the tango. So it's, yeah. So it does. It's actually showing me if there were a thingy over here, an intersection, it would show it. Alas, it does not. And then the line means it changes. This is our, we're actually on the arrival question mark. So this is transition. This is the actual arrival. Nelly, of course. Yes, that is why. Amazing. So we're going there. Norwich, Calverton. That's neither of those is what where we're going, but okay, that's fine. So we're coming from here, wherever we're at. Hopefully 7,000. 96 degrees that way. It's 43 nautical miles to Hings. 55 nautical miles to Pony, 28 to Nelly, and we'd be following. Is it just the 148, 148, 148 down to Nelly? At which point we'd be at 140 and 2 miles, and the things. Yeah, expect 11,000. We're definitely not going to be there. Probably 5,000 there then. And yeah. Excellent. And that's it. So we would be expecting the. What? Nope, sorry. Teeny tiny. Open link, a new tab. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So we are ILS or localizer runway 244. Oh, it is Francis Gabreski. I thought it was just Suffolk. So we'll go back there then. Where is it? There it is. So we're going to there. And I think we have to go over here for that. Well, let's see. So yes, that's our missed approach. So we'd be vectored there probably. We would probably either request or they would just vector us here, or do we have to go there and then there? Or it would just be the FAF. They would take us to the FAF, which is there. Radar vectors to final. Excellent. So ILS or localizer runway 24, Foxtrot Oscar Kilo. It is up to date for the next couple of days. Localizer DME, so we would need the DME. 111.7. Our approach course is going to be 236. Runway length 9,000. Awesome. Touchdown zone elevation 66. Perfect. Circling runway 15 is not authorized at night. So this one, which I still don't understand because I feel like you shouldn't be going to this one or this one either. But oh well. Well, okay. 1 and 19. Yeah, those don't have any lights. So why would you? I don't know. So we're coming in on this one. I guess we'll check the weather. And we're probably just gonna. Well, nah, no, we're fine. Because I want to try and get 3 approaches in, but we're probably not going to do that. Going there. We're going to keep going. Hang on. We got alternate takeoff and alternate minimums. So we would have to look at that for Poughkeepsie instead. Yeah. So circling runway 15, not authorized at night, so don't go to 15. We're looking for a Mauser on 24. Depending on where we're actually landing, there will be a Pappy, a Vazzy, or nothing. Or, yeah. Okie dokie. Missed approach is going to be climb to 88. Well, I like going this way. So we're going to be at 2,700 by Maddie, above 2,700, either after Hampton or by Maddie. If we're, and then we'll get to the localizer by the final approach fix. If we're radar vectored, we'll figure that out. 1,500, follow the glide slope down. Localizer only is the visual descent point. So if we do not have the runway environment in sight by that point, we're likely not going to be able to land because that's the gradient or angle that would actually get us to a normal landing. If we need to, we would start timing the 252 at the final approach fix just in case we lose glide slope. ILS, we're expecting to do 266 with a half statute mile of visibility, which we'll make sure hopefully that we have before descending any further. If we have to circle, it'll be 600 feet and 1 statute mile. Yes. Localizer 520.5. Um, missed approach is climb to 880, then climbing right turn to 2000, direct to the Charlie 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 VOR DME and hold. Bloop, 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 bloop. Otherwise, there is an alternate missed approach, which is the Hampton one, which you could then decide to try it again. So I don't know if you would. So if there's an alternate missed approach, so if they give that to you, if ATC gives that to you and vectors you question mark, you would then go over there. DME is only required for the localizer. Excellent. Because yeah, if we did not have GPS, my GPS somehow was not working, I would not have DME. Excellent. And then our minimum safe altitude is 1900 within Hampton. Okay, there's that. Excellent. Amazing. Going back. And then we have Poughkeepsie, which we are assuming, I think. Alternate minimums. Yay. Oops, a daisy. Perfect. Poughkeepsie. So we have an ILS or localizer, VOR Alpha, VOR runway 24. So the whole thing is not authorized when local weather is not available. It looks like we have local weather. So is that something where if we did not get local weather, if we tried to get the weather on the radio in the air, we would not be able to continue there and we would have to ask for something else? I mean, it looks like it's, yeah. Not authorized when control tower is closed. But okay, so let's see if the control tower will be open when we're there. Oh, so tedious. All right. Tower. 1200 to 0300 to the 14th of September. So 0300, we should be, hang on. No, we would not be fine. So we cannot use the ILS. Okay, moving on. VOR Alpha, Category Charlie and Delta. So we would have to use either of the VOR approaches. Awesome. And we're going to leave it at that. And it looks like our so and another thing that I did, the reason why I did that one was because it was sort of at the time it was sort of a halfway in between, or it was very close to where I could, if I'm coming here direct, sort of, kind of, I would be able to just boop over into there if I saw that without even going all this way. Although with the arrival situation, I could have gone like anywhere else out here then, but then it wouldn't have been enough. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That was my other thinking, is that it was somewhere around where my route was coming so that I could just call it off here instead of going all the way there. But still within flying distance if I did go over there, and it did turn out to be not good. So yeah, so at the time I needed it. But now let me see if there is a TAF for there. So I'd have to look at the graphical area forecast because it doesn't have its own TAF here, technically. And it definitely says it's not going to be VFR, so I would need an alternate anyway. And minimums, arrival would be to Kapoo. We would be, hang on. We'd be arriving in almost 5 hours. So we'll check that TAF. I'm pretty sure we have a TAF there. Yeah. Him. So 0646. So 05 to 08. We'll look at 05 to 08. So from 07 at 05, we have 3 statute miles, overcast at 900. So that is 800 feet, an 800-foot ceiling with 2 statute miles of visibility. That's what we need. And that goes until 1500. I don't like it. But yeah. Anyway, we're not actually doing this, but those are all the things, lots of things at least, that need to be considered. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to start out on our track. We'll start going there. We're going to end up actually going to here for the localizer. And then, shoot. So we'll see. If we'll go here for the localizer, and then we'll go here for the VOR. If we have time, I'll do a 4-flight GPS into here. It's kind of ish, but yeah, that'll be the plan. So, ILS or localizer 1634, let's check out what our weather is going to be. What our weather is currently: scattered at 700 and 1,000, overcast at 1,600 is the ceiling. 100 at 6 knots. So we're anticipating 16. So we're going to aim for 16. 16 BGM up to date. 110.3158 for INOP ALS increase. C&D irrelevant. Oh, awesome. So we're going to be coming right at it. Great. Great, great, great. So we're going to be coming, hang on, here, and then coming there. So we're going to put in 112.2 as well as the localizer 110.3. Sounds good. We'll find our way to Corta, I guess. We'll come, hang on. So I am supposed to do the holding pattern. Yes? We're going to do it anyway. No, so that's no procedure turn. We're going to ignore Corta then, and we're going to figure out how to get onto there. I assume that's like a GPS sort of a thing, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to go in there. We're going to holding pattern to the left, non-standard holding pattern. And then we'll continue following the localizer down. So that's between 6,000 and 3,100. So we're probably going to be at 5,000 at that point. So we'll go up to 5,000. And we'll do the hold. And we'll descend in the hold, not lower than 3,100. Yeah. And then we'll follow the localizer down. Missed approach. And then we will go over to here. And we'll do the VOR alpha so that, again, I can practice circling. So we'll start at, where is it? Oh, yeah. That's, oh, it's perfect. Okay, hang on. So we're going to missed approach off of it, going direct to, climb to 3,000, then climbing right turn to 3,700, direct to Binghamton VOR DME, and hold. And so we'll be holding. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to boop initial approach fix all the way down. And that's the runway. Sorry. It didn't look right. So we'll check the weather and anticipate which one we're going to be, where we're actually going to be going. Kilo November 0 tree, the 7th at 0155 Zulu, automated 90 degrees at 6 knots, 10 statute miles, broken 1300, overcast 1700. Awesome. Okay, so 090, boom, boom. Anticipating 6. Yes. So it's not going to be too much circling. We'll just be going nyum. And then we'll potentially just land there. Yeah. Or we will go and try a GPS into here. Again, using ForeFlight because I don't have the, yeah. Just to get me kind of used to that sort of stuff as well. So we got runway 32, 32, 14, 14. Hang on. Sorry. Yeah. So we got a 3-2, a 1-4, and a 1-4. Why? So that's also coming from here and going and going and going to there. Or it's, well, let's see what the weather is potentially likely going to be. Oh, we got pink. I'm so excited. Weather. 080. So we're anticipating 1-4. Yes. So it's going to be either, not this one. Likely going to be either this one, but probably the other one. What was the difference? Okay. Okay, so this one, procedure not authorized for arrivals at Vafku via Victor Tree Fife southwest bound. Victor Tree Fife. Southwest bound. So somewhere here-ish? Nah, we'll see. We'll brief that a bit more and better once we get there. But I think we're going to, well, we'll check ACS one more time. Yeah, so we're doing the stuff, doing the stuff, doing the stuff, doing the stuff. All right, we're going to go fly. So we're starting at Kith. Now Kith. Boom. E. Starting. Boom. Departure. Fly. Oh, and I should probably do this bit. That bit. Okay. Boom. And oop. There. And there. Okay. And I shall check to make things are going well. And then we shall Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna potentially throw right away on the screen the ILS. ILS, not that one. Not that one. That is second. Oops. That is first. Okay. I have to readjust that. I kind of don't want to do it now, but I'm also like, nah, okay, I will. There. Aesthetics. Okay. All right, there we go. That's there. Ooh, that kind of looked a little spooky. I just gotta get this. All right, here we go. Why is this wonky like? You should not be wonky like. There. Okie dokie. We're good there. That is so scary. I don't like it. I don't like it. We would not be taking off today. No, no, we would not. What was I doing? Getting track IR proper. Putting the hand down. Boom. Nailed it. There we go. Ready to fly. I don't like it. All right, so we do our thing. We control lock off, master lock, control lock off, master switch, pitot, nav, no beacon, or no strobe, beacon, taxi, landing lights. That's the wrong button. Flaps down. We go check the lights. Boom, 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 boom. Grasp the pitot tube. Feel that heat. And turn it off. And oops. Boom, 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 boom. Check the fuel gauges. Make sure they're working. Excellent. Turn it off. Drain a little bit of fuel from each wing. Check the static port. The vents, pitot tube, drain hole, fuel vent. This is terrifying. Stall horn, flap, aileron, tire. I need to look into. I have to ask instructor. Number 1 instructor. What? Stop it! Oh, that was frightening. What each antenna is, so that I know. Yeah. So antenna, baggage door, tire, elevator, trim tab, rudder, more antennas. Flap, aileron, vents, checked the fuel, tire, oil, sump the fuel, leading edge of the propeller, alternator belt, air intake, exhaust, nose wheel clearance. Amazing. So then we unchock it. We pull it out, get some fuel. Get all the fuel. There. Hobbs time, fuels on both, circuit breakers, but-a-la-la-la-la. Circuit breakers, brakes, pedal test, passenger brief, no talking during takeoff and landing, seatbelts on at all times, exits at the doors to the left and right. For now, we'll leave them open because it's probably hot, although it's getting chillier now, so maybe we will just shut them and I won't have to worry about it. That sounds like a good idea. We'll shut them. We'll just shut them. If DPE has to roast so that I don't forget the doors, that's okay. Okay, so we did that. Then we seat track, back and lock, chicken. Seat track, back and lock. Avionics off, autopilot irrelevant, carb heat is off. Carb heat is off. Beacon goes on. prime it, since we're doing that again. Mixture full rich, throttle is slight, brakes, clear prop. Yo, how's it going? How's it going? I think I remembered everything. We're just gonna go for it. Turning that thing on. Mags. We'll hope for the best. Alright, so we kind of let it sit for a little bit, and once we can, we bring the mixture back so we're not fouling the plugs. Although during Checkride, I'm probably just going to flip and leave it. Pitot heat, no, nav lights, beacons on, taxi. Frequencies. So we would put in our frequencies, including our, where is it? So I got to get rid of all of these now. Oops. Gosh darn it. Down. Kith to, where are we? There it is. Okay. So we're going to Kabajam. Now. Kabajam. And we're doing the procedure, the what? We were expecting 1.6, I believe. Finally got through the manual. Did it feel very satisfying? Did it end on a high note? How was it in general? I think we were thinking we were taking off. Yeah, I think we're planning to land 1.6. Yep, 1.6. So we're doing the ILS 1.6. Which is, we need CFB, so 112.2. I'll put the localizer in right away as well, which is 110.3. Oh, just a couple down. Perfect, 110.3. Excellent, awesome, amazing. Checking the weather here. It was very dry, very tedious. There wasn't anything, not even a little bit. What was the highlight then? So we got Kith, Kilo, India. It is India, right? Tango, Hotel. The 7th at 0201 Zulu. So that is about 19 minutes old. Automated, 0 knots. We'll take off, we could take off 3.2. Kind of don't want to take off 3.2. We're going to take off 1.6. Light rain, I can tell. Few at 900. It's not a ceiling. Scattered at 1400. Still not a ceiling. Overcast at 2300. That's our ceiling. 1818 for temperature and dew point, respectively, and the same. Altimeter 3008. Remarks differentiates precipitation. Whatever that is. Pooh. Sorry. Pressure something. Zero change in something. I don't know. And is having maintenance. So we're going to see how close it is to what it actually is. Here. On full flight. Oops, no. This one. Speci. It is exactly correct. Perfect. A lot of it was emergency stuff. Well, the highlights or the manual itself, because that sounds pretty it gets a certain internal reaction, I would think, at least for me, because it sounds terrifying. All the things that can go wrong. So we're 3008. We'll put that into our altimeter. Hope for the best. Oops, not 301. 08. So we're hoping for 1,000. 1,099. sorry. It's 1100. It is 1100. It's perfect. It's amazing. Gosh darn it. I know how to read an altimeter. You don't know if it counts as a highlight, but if a unit in the flight is Nordo, then another unit will be assigned to the flight. Wait, by the flight lead to form an element to guide the Nordo aircraft to an airbase. If a go-around is required, the element leader is to turn... What? The element leader is to turn into the Nordo aircraft. What? Yeah, I just thought that last part was weird, but you're just a nerd. I don't do this IRL. What? I don't understand. If a go-around is required, the element leader is to turn into the Nordo aircraft? That's strange. Interesting. That is interesting. Huh. Okay. Oh, we do have our VOR, so we're going to check it now. That's not correct. And I think it's good. Perfect. So we have identified our VOR, thank goodness. Okay, excellent, excellent. Where was I? Frequencies. ATIS, AWAS, altimeter. We would have put in our stuff. And then we... taxi. So we're gonna... honestly, I would rather hit the person than the aircraft. But we're gonna hope for the best. We're gonna try and... please duck. Thank you. Okay, getting onto the taxiway. We're at 1-6. So we're gonna turn, oops, this way. Both aircraft will be conducting an approach in formation. The element lead is to carefully and slowly turn into the Nordo aircraft to indicate... Oh, right, because... Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I completely forgot that that was a thing. To indicate a go-around is required. Interesting. So it's kind of like... I just had like a thought of, isn't that a thing with... It's like herding, right? Like a sheepdog. Oh, am I supposed to not cross this? I don't know what this is. It's just like a vehicle lane, question mark? Yeah, like a sheepdog. It turns kind of into the thing to make it go loop. Right? Yeah? Sounds right. Cool though. I completely forgot the whole Nordo thing, so that makes sense. So that's one... Wait, what? Excuse me? Hang on. Oh, yes, correct. We're good. Yes, 1-4. I'm thinking I need to continue this way. So we're gonna go like so. We're gonna go like so, and we're gonna go down to 1-4. We're gonna check our stuff. So as we're taxiing, gently, gingerly. And actually, I will turn this off for now. I have it ready, so there. Okay. More or less, yeah, the element lead acts as a surrogate for ATC communication, which is why they lead the Nordo aircraft. Interesting. Oh, that's so cool. So then I assume that the element lead does not land with the Nordo. So like it nudges them for a go around, and then once they actually land, they let them land, and then they go around and land. Or no. Alright, so we're checking our stuff, watching the airspeed, checking the attitude indicator, altimeter's looking good, turn coordinator and ball are working as they should, heading indicator is moving freely, whiskey compass is probably working. VSI looks good. And we'll check our brakes. Our pedals are working. We'll check our brakes once we get to the hold short line. So yeah, plan is to take off, start following question mark the... Honestly, we're not really. Oh, I'll actually look at the departure procedures because there is a departure procedure for here. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna turn out there. And we're chilling. And we're still going, question mark? Hang on. Is it displaced? You're not moving, right? Okay, it's not displaced, it just has like a teensy weensy. There's a taxiway right on the end and then right after the end. Or right before the end, I should say. Wind is, let me check again. One nautical mile, I'm here. Did I taxi a mile? 0 knots still, so we're fine. When escorting an aircraft, the escort will conduct an approach with the aircraft being escorted. Right, okay. The escort will terminate the approach, right, and go around once they hit a minimally viable airspeed / the escorted touches down. Interesting. Okay, that's so cool. Thank you. That is fun. You can consider that a highlight. All right, so got our brakes tested. They both work. I can't remember. Documents. Checking the checklist. Brakes are set. Fuel's on both. Trim for takeoff. Flight controls. Boom, boom. Boom-pity boom. Boom-pity boom. Boom-pity boom. Boom-pity boom. Instruments are indicating correctly. We'll do DG. Okay, excellent. Looking good. Mixture is best in power. Primer is in and locked. 1700. There was also stuff dedicated to hung misfired ordnance. The too long to read was have someone do a damage assessment on the aircraft. Then try to launch the ordnance. Here, I'm actually just going to turn that back down. Have someone do a damage assessment on the aircraft. Then try to launch the ordnance using a different method. If it still fails, go home. Avoid populated areas. If a missile hangs motor fires, misfires, but doesn't separate, safe the weapon system of the aircraft. Go home. Well, damage assessment and then go home. Oy. Yeah. That's frightening sounding. So how often is that? And how do you practice that? Do they just say, oh, you had a misfire, so do your checklist and figure it out and or go home? And then, yeah, how often does that actually happen where you actually have to do it? All right, 1700. Mag check. Oops, wrong frickin' way. Sorry. That way. And watch that drop. And back. That's a little fast. And that way. Watch that drop and back. Carb heat. Watch that drop and back. Oil pressure and temperature, amps, volts, vacuum. Idle check. Looks good. We would call for a clearance. We would say, where are we actually going? Well, again, this is Checkride. So, well, yeah, so he would have me call. So we are, I don't know where we're taking, hang on. So Ithaca clearance delivery, we're calling on the radio. So Ithaca clearance, Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1 on the ground at Ithaca, runway 14. Open IFR flight plan to Kilo, to Binghamton. Then they would say cleared to Binghamton. Climb maintain 5,000. Climb maintain 3,000. Expect 5,000. 10 minutes after. Nah, just 5,000. Frequency is likely going to be. Oh, well, this isn't untowered. Hang on. It is currently untowered. So, yes, never mind. Elmira, approach frequency 124.3. Sorry. New York Center. 133.35. Squawk, blah, blah, blah. Avoid if not off in 10 minutes. So we would say Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1 cleared to Binghamton. Climb maintain 3,000. Expect 5,000. 10 minutes after departure. Frequency 133.35. Oh, via direct. Cleared to Binghamton via direct. Frequency 133.35. Squawk, whatever. Avoid if not off in 10 minutes. And it's starting to be void if not off by whatever time. Current time is this. And then call by what, like a time. Yeah. I had to practice that. Oh, okay. Massive oversimplification. There were different procedures for things. Right, okay. And then the biggest section was lost contact recovery. Okay, sure. So if a wingman loses contact with the flight, then there's different procedures depending, right, on if you're VFR or IFR in combat or civilian ATC. Interesting. See, and I get it's tedious and dry, but it is interesting. And I guess you are giving me the highlights, so I guess I can understand that. Huh. There are so many different procedures, and that's what I'm learning in the IFR training. And what everybody says is you're never going to learn about every possible scenario, and there's not going to be regulations for every possible scenario because you don't know and you don't think about them, and it's like a one in how many chance, so they don't have it for that. Ugh. But yeah, I feel like it's probably a lot more thorough for what you're reading, though. Oh, and I was supposed to put flaps up. Okay. I think we're good. So Ithaca traffic, Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1 departing. Hang on. 1-4. I have to look at the departure procedure. Ithaca. There it is. Okay. Departure procedure. We're taking off 1-4, climb heading 145 to 2,400 before turning left. And we want to turn. No, we don't. We don't want to turn left. So They said via direct. So I'm gonna keep going. Or for climb and visual conditions, cross Ithaca Tompkins Regional Airport at or above. I guess I don't know, like, why would you cross the, I mean, if you were going elsewhere, but we're climbing pretty much straight out, so we're just gonna go 2,400 and go. So is it saying before turning left if you are, stop yelling at me, PC. Before turning left if you are turning left? We're just gonna go with that. So we're gonna climb to 2,400 and continue. Okay. So Ithaca traffic, Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1, departing 1-4 straight out. Ithaca. Meh, almost on the center line. Okie dokie. 1-4-5. Okay. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. I was kind of planning on potentially doing like unusual attitudes and stuff like that, but we might start doing that like next time. So checking everything, make sure the doors are locked, windows good, shut and locked. Carpeet's in, all those are good. Mixture's full, rich, flaps are up, trim's good. Fuel, awesome. Okay, we're good. Going. Watching that speed. Here we go. Rotate. Let it fly off. This is kind of frightening. So 1-4-5 is what we're supposed to be following. So we shall do that. Oh my god. Potentially getting some actual IMC this week. Hopefully. Not sure. It's so scary. So we're climbing to 2,400 before turning. I probably could have set my VOR. That would have been good. Getting to Binghamton. Watching. Keeping it at 1-4-5. If you're being honest, you think the operational stuff was the most interesting. Hang on, let me make sure I'm not going too far the other way. Stuff like maintain 350 knots until wingman rejoins, brief a contingency and minimal safe altitude. Okay, for each leg of the flight, minimal of 300 knots when navigating below 10,000 feet AGL. I mean, yeah, because that's the most of the stuff that you're going to be doing. I don't know. It's kind of fun to like figure out why that is, and yeah, I get that. I absolutely get that. We're gonna trim it up. 1-4-5. Because we're just climbing. We're climbing up to 2,400. Oh, that's good. Oh, you know what? I don't have to look at that because I can go like this. It's likely going to be southerly. Southeasterly. Not, oops. Keep going that way, and turning. 2,400, and then we can turn as we need. All right, so we're gonna be 155. So now we're gonna go 155. Oops. So we're basically heading directly toward the VOR. Oops, don't do that. And we're climbing up to 3,000. And I guess I could get the at least 3,000, probably 5,000. There we go. Lot more trim. All right, so I need the plate. If I can. Okay. Showing map. Procedure. Approach. Looking again. Make sure we're staying on course. Still climbing. We're doing the ILS 16. So we're going to... Why are we going to Binghamton? I don't know why we're going to Binghamton. I think we were gonna get radar vectors is what we were gonna do. So we need to be on, you know what, 015. We're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna figure this out. So we want to be going this way. I see Blinky, so I kind of want to aim for that. And then I want to flip to the localizer, see if it comes in. Okay. All right, so it is coming in. Oops. So our course is going to be 158. So we're just going to continue. No. Oops, 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 oops. I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to pretend we're getting radar vector. This is a terrible, terrible idea. We're going to get up to 5,000. Yeah, 5,000 will do. Oh, we found the localizer. So just now we need to, go this way? So we'll go to about not quite east and follow that for a little bit. And hope it comes in. Alright, there we go. That should be good. Leaving it there, continuing to climb. Yeah. Ironically, the one thing you wanted out of the manual is how to calculate takeoff performance. You can, oops, sorry. You can set abort parameters, but this manual didn't have that other than a couple notes on speed and hook usage. Weird. Was it, do you need a different manual? Interesting. So yeah, we're just gonna continue going this way. Oh my gosh. Until such time as we hopefully intercept the localizer. And I'm gonna look on the map and see if that's potential. Yeah, actually that works. So hopefully, while we're waiting for the localizer to come in, I'm gonna try and get the, what's it? the Binghamton VOR on here. Ugh. So that's 112.2. Ugh. Make sure we're, oop, nope, 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 not too far, not too far, not too far. Yes! Amazing. So we're gonna get there. I think I'm tipping, so, oop, I don't know if I'm tipping. Okay, so we have that, and we need to intercept, kind of, no, plates. Oh, nope, we gotta keep going that way. Gotta keep going that way. Gotta keep going that way. Thank you very much. Get back over toward Easterly. And honestly, I might go... there. Alright. Oh, 5,000, so we push down, nose down, gently, 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 nose down, gentle, gentle. Gentle, 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 gentle. Oh my gosh. Sorry, no. Gentle, 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 gentle. And then we're just gonna let it oscillate out, hopefully. Oh, sorry. Okay. Hoping we're good. Gonna keep on flying east. Also going to... oh, wait. So we're getting to the north radial from C, what's it? So I think we need a more aggressive intercept angle, because I think 015 is the radial that we need to be at. The 015. Whoa, look it. Oh, our localizer is coming in, and coming in somewhat fast, so we are turning back on course. Turning back on course. Getting that nose around. Oh, it's beautiful. Look it. Getting back to 5,000, and then they would come back with, altimeter is this. And I'd be like, yes, altimeter. Ooh, I'm doing a stupid. Sorry. Is that. Okay. Recapturing the localizer and waiting for, oop, 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 our gorgeous. All right, we got to get back to 5,000. Oh, and we can power back. All right, so we're on our localizer. We're waiting for the VOR to come in to show us where our intermediate fix is. Okay, these manuals quite often reference other manuals, so yeah, you got more reading to do. That's absolutely fair. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Do you know which one you have to go to next? Which ones, I should probably say. Coming back around like that. Climbing up. We're gonna do the... oh, I guess I should put the thing up now. No! What are you doing? Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no. Nope. Shoot. I have no idea what's happening. This one, I think. Okay, now I have to get back on course. And we're coming up to our intermediate fix. So 158, we're gonna get back on the localizer. We're gonna do that hold at 040. That's a bit much, so we'll get back to 158. So our intermediate... Okay. Got the thing. 158, 110.3 is in the thing. 112.2 is on the other thing. That was frightening. Come into our intermediate fix, and we're coming on the glide slope. However, we're ignoring that for the moment. We're gonna do a hold. Do I have time for a hold? Yeah, we have time for a hold, I think. Maybe, potentially, possibly. So there is our intermediate fix. We are established on the approach. Now we have to get to 040. And we'll do a hold. Get back on the localizer. So we're staying between 6,000 and 3,100, so I think we will start descending. Hello, hello, how's it going? Thanks for being here. Okay, so we're gonna start descending. Keeping on the localizer, starting to descend, waiting for our final approach fix to come in. We'll do the hold there. Again, I don't know why we have to do the hold there, but whatever. So we're getting back around, getting back onto our localizer. I know the glide slope is, or sorry, our ILS. Getting a little bit too far to the left. Really need to start bracketing. Descending. Well, you have this other manual titled Air Education and Training Command Instruction 21205. Hang on, let me get back on the ILS. So you figured you run through it since you got it on your drive. Fair, that's absolutely fair. Okay, not letting it get 3/4. Not letting it get 3/4. Waiting for 040 to come in. Get back on that ILS. It's not really that pertinent, but it's short, so whatever. Okay. I understand that as well. I mean, like, you could find some nugget in there. And if it's like a nice bite-sized sort of a thing, it kind of helps you feel accomplished when things seem a little bit daunting. So we're waiting for 040. It doesn't tell us how long it is, so we're just kind of waiting. Don't do that. It switched me. Okay, so now we're going back. We're gonna get down to 3,500, I think. So we're going like that, getting back on the localizer. I think we can descend a little bit faster. Getting back on the localizer. And I mean, technically, this part is the localizer, so I can say that. We're ignoring the ILS for now. We'll do that once we actually come back around. And we're going to use our onboard clock rather than our for-flight one. 500 feet. After that one, you guess you'll just cruise through your F-16 manual again and go hunt down some references in that one on the Air Force's download site. Well, there you go. Well, that works. That's absolutely fair. 300 feet? I appreciate how much material is actually available in aviation for free. And how much of it is like straight on for-flight when you get it. Okay, coming up to 200. And this isn't a hard floor. So, oh, we're at the outer marker. Nice. Oh, that's our outer marker. We are turning in the hold. Gosh darn it. Here we go. Turning to 158 to 338. And we can turn in the hold. We're going to power back up. Continuing our standard rate turn for the hold. Good lord. 338, 338, not. Standard rate, standard rate, standard rate. Oh my gosh. 338, 338. I guess I should have watched the chart a bit more carefully. I was not expecting an outer marker, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, it doesn't say there is one. Hang on. So I guess I don't know how that works. 338. Oh, this was terrible. Okay, 338. So 1 minute. So starting at the 9. So the next 9 that we see, we're gonna get this properly trimmed out, hopefully, before then. Glide, get back to the 338, 338, 338, 338. Waiting to get back to that 9. Getting configured. Powering up a smidge to get to probably 90. Coming up on it. Amazing. Okay, so we're gonna leave it there, hopefully. 338, coming up on that 9. Alright, so we're turning again, re-intercepting 338. Standard rate, standard rate, standard rate. And then we're just following, don't go too far, following the glide slope down. And this is a final approach fix, so carb heat goes out. We're probably gonna, we got that, so we're gonna flaps. That's the wrong button, so 1 flap, 2 flap, red flap, blue flap, 158. Sorry, I'll get back in a second. 158, keep it standard rate, keep it standard rate. Coming up on 158, and we pass through the localizer a little bit, so we're gonna hit 15 and get back on the 8. So we're waiting for the outer marker again, as well as this VOR to come back in. We got a notch of flaps in. Carb heat is out. Fuel's on both. Undercarriage is fixed. Mixture's full rich. We're going to start following the glide slope down, because we can get down to 3,100. 3,100 by the outer marker / Ori. Gentle, gentle, gentle. So we'll maintain 3,100 even if the glide slope tells us to go down. All right. Getting that localizer back. Here comes the VOR. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ball. Not that far. There we go. $3,200. Oops, not that far. Just a smidgen. Oop. Staying there, staying there. Nope, staying at 3,100. 3,100. A little bit this way now. And there it is. Now we can just follow the glide slope down. Not that fast. All right, so we're coming down to 1884, so we'll just go 1900. Keep on that slope. And we would final approach fix is 2 minutes 56 seconds, so about 3 minutes. So that was around like 9 question mark. Trim up a little bit, get back on the localizer. I'm sorry, 1 second. Let me go mist. And then I'll be back. I'll be back with you. We're going down a little bit fast. So we're gonna power up a little bit. Not too much, 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 not too much. Get back on that localizer, watching for 1900, getting back on. Powering down. Powering down more. Recapturing both of them. Oh, we see. There it is, there it is, there it is. And this is an ILS. So, wait, what? That doesn't look correct at all. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Oh my gosh. That was so, like, satisfying, but also terrifying. Okay, so technically I get, oops, stop doing that. Oh, and I would have clicked the lights. I would have clicked the, lights, for that bloop, bloop, bloop. There it is. Okay. So 1900, we're going. No plane sound on D Live? Okay, hang on. Once I go mist, I'm gonna check that out. Thank you. I am sorry. Definitely below glide slope now. Powering up, powering up, powering up, powering up, powering up, powering up. Powering up a lot. So you can hear my mic, but not the plane? Strange. I'll have to check that out. Let me go mist and to a hold. So we're climbing to 3,000, then climbing right turn to 3,700. Whoopsie daisy. That was so satisfying, all of a sudden seeing that though. And I assume that we're good visual range-wise. So 1900 is our thing, and we went to it, and then, yeah. So Mike, yes, from plane. No, interesting. You hear the plane, but it's very quiet. I will turn it up some more. Hang on. So we're going to climb runway heading, which is likely 160. Oops, 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 oops. So we'll get back to 160 because we are good plane people. Ah, shoot. Ah, ha, ha, ha. There. Okay, so 160 to 3,000. One six zero. Flaps can go up. Carb heat goes out. And we need to trim. We need to trim up. We need to trim up. Not too much up. And now we're 3,700 climbing, right turn to 3,700. And we will find where we're supposed to be once I'm kind of configured. We want a 2 indication. So we're turning to 3,700. Continue. Shoot. Okay, so we're turning direct to just under west. So 265. Okay, I'm going to turn this up, I guess. Here, I'll try that. Is that better? Oops. Ah! Show sometime the plane from the outside. You want to see the plane from the outside? Oh, this is gonna be interesting. There's not much to see. Yeah, so we're in straight, whoa, IFR, terrible bank, 3,700. So, I am in real life a pilot. I'm working on my instrument ratings, so that's why I'm in here without looking out or anything. I apologize for that. But yeah, let me know if I've gone too long without showing you the outside of the plane. I usually don't, but if that's what you want, let me know. And once, yeah, and then I'm gonna go up and check the rest of the chats. I'm sorry, I was in sterile cockpit mode to actually get that approach to work. So, all right, we're terribly high. We need to go to 3,700. So we would call up, I have no idea who we're calling. We were on New York Center at the time, so we would say New York Center, Cessna, Hotel Tree 1, Delta 1 on the mist at Binghamton. Yeah, on the mist at Binghamton. Technically, we didn't identify this. There it is, it works. So we're working on getting towards Binghamton. Okay, sorry, I'll go back and check things. Okay, yeah, it's really useful knowing how to do pop-up bombing attacks as a civilian goofing off on his computer. Right, exactly. Why wouldn't you? Look at, oh, it's beautiful. There, here, that'll be a good, there, look at that. Oh my god. See, isn't that just, that's what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait. I cannot wait. See, out there we go. Oh, look at it. We gotta get the city down below though too. Oh. That's a good call, by the way. Checking out, oop, I gotta bank properly. Checking outside the airplane. Oh. I do. I don't get to do much visual stuff in planes anymore because I'm always under the foggles. So I need to get back on to proper course to the VOR where we'll hold. And then, okay, so is the sound better now, I hope? If not, I can definitely, oh gosh, we're way, 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 way high. Shoot, 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 shoot. Oh, and we're getting off our course. Getting way off our course. Let's get back to the VOR. Doo-da, doo-da. There we go. So I just got my 100 hours in the sim. I hit my 100-hour thing. Yay! Woo! Celebration! Honestly, it feels like a lot more, but also probably not, I guess. I've been doing this well, I guess a little bit longer. A little bit longer than actually flying a plane. And I already have way more hours in the actual plane than in the sim. Well, not way more. 1.5 times as many. Must get back to the VOR. I'm watching the wrong one. And descending 3,700. We're probably gonna hit it, aren't we? Binghamton, we're going on the 995 radial. Oh, so we're coming, hang on. We're coming directly at it, so we'll teardrop, I think. We're gonna see, we're gonna see how well this works. Oh gosh. Do I not speak with tower or flight control? Yes. I am where I train. I have a lot of non-controlled. I fly out of a non-controlled airport, and most of, oh shoot, that was the flip. Okay, So now I'm going to teardrop. Sorry, 1 second. 9275 is 305. So we're going to turn to 305. And then we're going to go out for 1 minute. So we'll follow the 9. So I don't have a lot of experience talking with tower and center. However, now that I am doing instrument flight rules, I do have to. So yeah, I would probably say now I'd be on with center again. And I would say, I think it's New York Center, Cessna Hotel Tree 1, Delta 1. I think am I technically established in the hold? I'm not sure. We'll say that I am just so that I can, like, finish the thing. I'll wait until I think I'm established. 1 second. I'll let you know. But yeah, for the IFR stuff, you are in contact with them. Most of it is them letting you know if there's any traffic, and then when to step down, step up, go on a different heading if necessary, and then you get cleared for the approaches and landings at the ends. So if you're in radar contact, if they can see you on their radar, you don't have to make position reports like you usually would. So it's actually really nice. I'm finding that it's really nice. I had 2 really long lessons last week where we were filed the entire time, and it wasn't as bad shoot as I thought, and I went way too long. So I need to get back around to 95, the 95 radial, and then we'll get ready. We'll do a turn in the hold, trying not to pitch up so much. Standard rate turn to get back to 95. I mean, did I answer your question, or did it sound like just a bunch of gibberish? Because I tend to do that too. And I apologize. So yeah, it depends on whether you're flying visually, what airport, whether you're visual or on an instrument flight plan. And that was strange. And what airports you're going to, because you can, what I've had to do, I think I need to get even further, question mark. Shoot. No. I need to, I need to go this way. So we'll do 1 hold around, and then we'll go, oopsie daisy, 95. There. So we're gonna keep going that way and try to re-intercept before. I'm terrible. You play Microsoft Flight X on Trovo sometimes? Okay, sounds good. So you have some understanding of it. Do you ever think you would like to be a pilot? Or is it just for fun? I am not liking this. We're gonna see what radial we're actually on. So that means... excuse me? No. That's why. Shoot. Oh, that was the worst. Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible. So I'm intercepting the dang radial. There it is. Oops, not that far. Nope, other way. Nope. No. Intercepting. And we're getting so close to the VOR. Amazing. Okay. So, and that's a left-hand turn, which is non-standard. So, 8. We're turning around to 275. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I do. I speak very fast. I will try to slow down. I'm very sorry. Yeah. So if there's something that you want me to repeat, let me know. And yeah, I do. I know. I do. I speak very fast. I apologize. We're gonna come around. So we're coming in the hold. Getting to 275. So we're still on the mist over here. And we'll get our, so we're coming up on 275 here, go like that. 1 minute starting at the 7. Hello, hello, how's it going? We're on the mist approach in a hold, just established. And then we're going to get the next. I think we are. I think we're just going to procedure, approach, VOR alpha. We're gonna get back around to the, on the inbound course, and then we're just gonna go straight to the VOR alpha at Cortland. And then we'll have to be finished for the evening, as I have to get up early tomorrow. Oh, and we passed. Flip, 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 flip. Coming back around. Standard rate turn. Coming back around to 9 or 5. And it'll be 7, 8, 1. How many seconds are between there? It's 5, right? Good Lord. So 5, 10, 15, 20 extra seconds we're gonna have to add to our inbound leg, which will let me probably get the ILS up onto the screen. So once we're established on that inbound, actually gonna flip this like so. VOR 002. Oops. Shoot. Oh no. Oh no. I have made a boo-boo. Yes, I have. Oh no. So I have to go intercept this radial again. Good Lord. So about 12. About the 12 plus 20 seconds. What radial am I on now? Okay, so we're coming up. We're not so bad. There it is, we're coming in. It's coming in. Good Lord, oh no. We need to be at 3,800, so I guess we'll actually climb a little bit. You must go. Next time make a day flight. Maybe. Yeah, we can potentially do that. Actually, you know what? Probably. Because I was thinking... Sorry, I'm trying to slow down too. I was thinking I need to do actual Checkride conditions, and I'll just try and figure out how to foggle it. So, yeah. Hope to see you again soon. I'll see about doing that. Doing the daytime. Whoa. And yeah, thanks for being here. Okay, so we're coming up on our VOR-ish, kind of. Oop, here it comes. And center would have hopefully cleared us, and we're just gonna go ahead. So 002, shoot, hang on. So now we have to go to 002. Now we're turning to 002. I have no idea how far out that is. 12.2 miles. So we'll get on course for the 002 radial inbound course. Oh, I was gonna say, I thought that was the moon, but it's just lights down below. 002, we're supposed to be climbing actually. Oh, what? Oops. And we're probably coming over the board VOR again. Potentially, kind of. And we're, gosh darn it. Oh yeah, and I would have failed Checkride many times with this. 002, I need to go all the way, like, you know what? Climb. What? 002, I am, okay, never mind. We're good, we're fine. I'm not coming over the VOR again. But I do need to get over this way some more. We got 12.2 miles to figure this out, although I am supposed to be above 3,800, so we're gonna nose up, and we're gonna bring this back around like so. Alright, so we've captured now we gotta get back to it, and we're just following that 002 radial. No. 002. Solid. And powering down. Keep it at that 4,000. And yeah, I will hopefully be able to, alright. Not looking at the screen. Oh no, oh no. VOR Alpha. Is that good? Is that, yeah? Is it on the screen? Awesome, okay. How far off have I gotten? Not too bad, awesome. So 002. So we, VOR Alpha, 002, 112.2, we're good on both, excellent. So we're staying at, well, 3,800, so we'll bring it down some more. No. And I also have to remember tolerances. Tolerances are a lot less than what I'm doing. Depending on what it's for, it's like plus minus 10 degrees of heading, plus or minus 100 feet. For minimums, it is 0 or plus 100 feet. So I'll probably err on the side of 50. What was the other thing? Heading. Keeping on 3,800. You're trying to book your instrument proficiency refresher? Yay! Excellent. Do you have, I mean, okay, so you are trying to book. Are you looking at a specific, what's the potential time frame? It'll be in an Archer, not a 172. Okay. So, You've been flying the 172. Are you going to be flying the Archer a little bit more then? Or have I missed things? Hello, by the way. And you just finished stuffing your face? Nice, nice. Was it delicious? And what was it? You want to start next week? Oh, because you can do it. So are you gonna be going like with an because it is. You just kind of keep, you go with the instructor and they just kind of eventually sign you off once they think that you're proficient, correct? You will get checked out in it. Excellent. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, so excited. Generic bologna and ham sandwiches. That's absolutely fair. Sounds good. It'll be a checkout, then review for the IPC for however long it takes. Okay. Oh, right, because it is the IPC, isn't it? Got you. I'm trying to, now I have to remember that stuff. Because the IPC can't just be a double I. It has to be DPE or other authorized individual. It's been a minute since you've flown a Piper, but you think you're up for it? I bet you are. That's so awesome. So yeah, you want to start next week? Awesome. Do you know who you're going with and stuff like that? You still remember more about them than Cessnas despite your recency in them. Well, that definitely helps. Shoot, I'm supposed to have DME on this, I think. Yeah, I am. 1 second. Okay, alright, we have our DME now. You have contacted an instructor at the FBO. Awesome. It's happening. It's just one step after that to becoming a CFI. I won't bug you about it. Awesome. I'm so excited for you. So do you have a time frame of how long you think it's going to take to actually get full IPC done? Just working out schedules at this point? That's absolutely fair. And yeah, and depending on where you're at, it's getting into like different season. It's getting into cooler weather and hopefully less busy for people, instructors and such. So yeah, it'll be good. Okay, so we just got to the intermediate fix, which is irrelevant. We're keeping at 3,800. We're keeping at 3,800. And then Island is our final approach fix. And we have 9.8 miles, so we're kind of okay. We should check the weather, though. So we're going to quick check the weather if we can find it. Where are we going? We're not going to Ithaca. Tom and Jerry. We're going to Cortland County. Watching that. Well, technically right now I have a vacuum failure because I cannot see. Oops, that's not what I wanted. No, Cortland's not here, so I have to check my ForeFlight. It just needs to be a CFII, not a DPE. I kind of thought so, but so can your IPC be done by the same person who, like, you kind of like refresh with? Because then wouldn't that just be, wouldn't you just go with them and then eventually they just check you off on the stuff you work on? weather. Weather. Currently, we're marginal VFR, automated, 80 degrees. So we are runway 6. We will be circling to. So yeah, so that should be fine. Yep, only really depends on if there's a flight school policy. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Got you. Have you considered independent instructor? I guess I don't know what your situation is, like what your setup is where you are, or if that's even allowed at the specific airport. Like if they have a specific flight school, you can probably do an independent instructor. Got you. Interesting. I'm so excited. Yay, more acronyms. These I understand though. So I'm good with those. Yes. I have the ACS tabbed so that I make sure I look at that and I know which one. So it's basically you don't have to do the pre-flight and the cross-country planning. And you could technically do some of it in a simulator, depending on what kind it is. I don't know. I just feel like for proficiency for myself, I wouldn't want to do it in just a simulator. Depending on how good it is, I guess. Yes, many. Okay, so we're getting, oops, shoot, I need to have my, shoot. What am I doing? Documents, plates. Still getting to island. Oh, you know what? Checking the DG. Yeah, you continue that joke by all those acronyms. And so I just did confused screaming. Nah, let's go up in the plane. Exactly. Yeah. And that's one of the things with the currency things with the 6 hits, the 6 instrument approach procedures, and the holding procedures and tasks, intercepting and tracking courses with using navigational equipment. And then the S is it can be done in a simulator. I mean, depending on what kind it is and everything. But every time I like go over that, I'm just like, I wouldn't want to do that though. And it's just another one of those things where it's like, see, I could fly in a different airplane that's still single engine land. But would I? No, probably not. At least not by myself for the first time. IPC and computing is instructions per clock. And that's the thing, is when they're all different. When you're doing the same thing, or you're doing different things, and you got the same acronyms, and you have to keep those straight, and you got that muscle memory, where you're going to throw that in there when you're talking about them in one hobby, and you say the actual abbreviation for the other one. It's confusing. RAM, random access memory, and in military, it's radar absorbent material. Oh, yes, exactly. Like the actual IFR, IR Checkride is. It's like a flight review. Okay, so you'd basically, for the flight review, you just... I guess that would make sense if it was basically like the actual Checkride, because it's taking the place of another Checkride if you haven't done a Checkride. Yes? The infrared Checkride. Amazing. Oh, we're getting to our things, so we're descending down from 3,800 to 2,380. And we are, well, we're not there yet, so we're gonna get a, oops, hang on. We're gonna power down and get some flaps in. Oop, not like that though, not like that. And we're at the final approach fix, so we're gonna start descending. at a decent rate. And I think we are going to land this one and be good for the evening, since I have to wake up tomorrow. Still need to be descending, thanks. Yeah, if you don't pass a flight review or an IPC, it's just dual given. Right. No unsat or anything. You're looking forward to it. Right, exactly. It sounds nice, actually. See if you still have it in real life. I'm sure you do, honestly. Because you have been flying. So it's just a matter of, have you been foggling with anyone at all? Have you met any like other pilots, like safety pilots that you've been able to go up with and practice at all? Or just the visual? We're gonna power up a little bit because we're not supposed to be descending that fast. Getting back on the VOR and looking for 2,380, so we're gonna aim for 2,400. Nope, this will be that. Okay, sounds good. Okay, because you couldn't go with a safety pilot just. Yeah, because you're not currently current. Okay. It's all so confusing. 2,380, so I need to be able to like find, oop, is that the runway? I see a blinking beacon. So I need to be descending 2,300 for 2,400. Looking for a pappy. Awesome. Getting back on the VOR, getting down to 2,400. This might be bad. Oh, there it is. There it is. 2,400. Okay, so we're going to another notch of flaps, potentially, maybe. Carb heat's out, mixture's full rich, all the things. And we're just gonna go in for it. Where's the Mapappy? We're gonna idle it.
500.
Thank you for flight.
Short final runway 06 at November 03. Warning, airport not in current route.
Thank you for flight. And we're aiming for the 1,000 feet so we're not dive bombing the runway. Ugh. Oops. Ah! That was a terrible landing. That was an absolutely terrible landing. Wheelie. Not enough power. Excellent. It was a terrible landing. Probably would have broken. I almost said breaking. Broken the nose gear. Nose wheel. Yeah, that. Turn. Here we go. Ah. Oops. No. Naughty. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna. Okay, is that a steep approach or are you being a stick in the mud? That was probably a steep approach. But that's why, again, I'm still getting out of the habit of dive bombing the runway because I'm so used to aiming for the edge of the runway / numbers. But yeah. So number one instructor just informed me last time, or the time before, last Wednesday, that I was dive bombing the runway and I can actually aim for the 1,000-foot markers, which is what I'm actually supposed to aim for. So yeah, so it was a little steep. I'm still in that that sort of thing mentality. And okay, so I thought about the slippage, but I had all my flaps in, and there's something where I'm not allowed to slip. I think it's past 30, so maybe I could have. I mean, again, this aircraft is different than what the aircraft I fly is. Also, um, on that same, I think it was that same lesson on Wednesday, we were on the downwind coming back in after a 3-hour flight, and he pulls my engine. So I had to do the power off 180, but just from the downwind. And it was okay, but then I was supposed to slip it, and he told me to slip it, and I knew what I was supposed to do, but I couldn't get my feet and my hands to do what they were supposed to do. I kept on putting the yoke over and the rudder over on the same side rather than the opposite side, and I knew what I was supposed to do, but my brain just couldn't comprehend. Where am I going? I'm supposed to go the other way, aren't I? I don't know where I'm going. I think I gotta turn around. I'm sorry. Oh God, I am that tired. That tired. So yes, I probably should have. Probably could have. And I think it's full flaps. I'm not supposed to slip, but turned it into a straight. Oh, okay. Hmm. What do you mean? Because it was supposed to be a circling, but is that what it is? Is where? Because it is. It's depending on. I'm gonna mixture out. What am I doing? Is it just over there? Oops. Where am I going? Oh, it's over here. Got it. Okay, we're on track. Sorry. Because the circling is because of too steep an angle um, and or too far offset. Yeah, that would have been nice to have looked at. Generally no slips with full flaps and Cessnas. Right. I do. I remember that now. Oh yeah, your manual covered flame out since we're on the topic. Apparently you're allowed to practice a flame out scenario as long as your airport has fire services available. Ironically. So ironically that you're actually allowed to do it. Oh my gosh, disallowed from shutting down the engine though, which yeah, kind of obvious. Okay. Okay, what is the max offset and angle that precludes straight in? Offset is, I want to say 30 degrees, but I feel like it's less than that. Or I feel like it's for something else than that. And then angle, 3 degrees is the usual. So is it like 3.5? I don't know. Hey guys, I'm gonna shut down my engine. How much you want to bet I can land my $45 million jet? $45 million. I will bet. Okay, so we're gonna get out and look around. Not much to see because it is. Let's see what the actual weather is currently. Oh, that's a squiggly line, as usual. Overcast at 1100. So that's 1100. Pretty, 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 pretty. There was our beacon of hope. Awesome. I definitely needed to flare better. Alas, alas, there's many things I need to do better, but we're working on it. We're getting there. Flaps are up, fuel's on both, trim for takeoff, carb heats in. Avionics go off, so do all of the electronics. Mixture goes out, wait for it to die. And then magneto's out and switch. Yeah. Awesome. And we'll get some pretty music going and we'll look at Lil Nav Map, which is gonna be a disaster. 30 degrees max offset. Yes! Got that one right. You done a few dead sticks since the jet wasn't as maneuverable as it was supposed to be at first. Okay, so when BFM, doing basic fighter maneuvers, thanks. All you could do is just maintain your turn, neither gaining or losing on your opponent. Interesting. Okay. And the descent angle is 400 feet per nautical mile, and that depends. Okay, and then that'll depend on ground speed. Right. Okay. From the final approach fix to the threshold crossing height. Right. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to remember that. I'm gonna have to look that up and do the math for that. Well, it'll generally be like the 90 knots sort of thing. I think it's less than technically for the one that I fly. I don't know if that's because it's a STOL plane or what. And I'll have to, yeah. So I will. I'll have to figure that out ground speed wise. 3.77 degrees. Oh, okay. See, I kind of thought that I saw potentially 3.5 on actual approach charts, so I thought that might not be right, and so I guess it was not. So 3.77. Such an easy number to remember. 3.77. It could be. Seven's a good lucky number. All right, let's see this. Oh no, it's gonna be so bad. Where is it? Could turn that off. We didn't use it at all. That one. Oh no. Oh no. It's definitely squiggly, definitely spaghetti, but we should make an acronym serial where the different pieces are just combinations of letters. Well, then why wouldn't you just use alphabet serial and make your own acronyms? Although I do like it. Aviation serial. Acronym. Ooh, and it could be different themes for different things. So you could have the acronym serial and it would be the theme of aviation. And then it would have the theme, a different one would be a theme of IT, and a different one would be a theme, you know what I'm saying? Sounds like $1 million idea. It's called Wordle. Or at least the result thereof. Alright, so look at the terrible track. Yeah, so we were there and we went there and we taxied just fine, I guess, and then we took off from the runway and we started going that way, but then then we realized that we didn't have GPS, so we had to oh my god. hang on. IFR chocolate, VFR vanilla. I like VFR. Ooh, and then you could mix it. And then it's MVFR. Vanilla and chocolate. There's a lot of letters on there. I've made frack out of what you said. It's definitely a word. So yeah, so then we decided to intercept the localizer way out here, and then find the fixes on the VOR, which is definitely not advisable, but we did it anyway. So then we went into our hold and went directly onto the ILS and wiggled our way over to a terrible, terrible hold. Look at, oh, good lord. Oh, it's terrible. So yeah, we went a little too far out and then kind of wonked our way over to whatever this is and then wiggled our way, yeah. And then went around and got onto our VOR course. And eventually we were able to make it. And then we taxied down the wrong way and yeah, then went and parked. Like on one hand, it wasn't terrible, but clean up on aisle 5. Charlie just vomited his acronym serial. Right, okay. FAA, FACK, FAR, FAF, FOP, FAC. Yes. Okay. Final approach course, question mark. Final approach course. I don't know. Oh no. I know all the rest of them. Final approach. I'm not sure. Darn it. I think I got all of them except the FACK. Final approach course. NOTS. Federal Aviation Agency fault acknowledgement. Is it actually? Federal no. Wait, no. Isn't it Federal Aviation Association? Well, fuck. It is false acknowledgement. Oh, okay. I just like saying fuck. Federal Aviation Regulations, Final Approach Fix, Final Approach Waypoint, and I think Final Approach Course. Fault acknowledgement. See, that one ticks me off though because it's just 2 words. So I'm thinking it's supposed to be that's fair though. It's kind of like the PAVE checklist where it's pilot, aircraft, environment, and then external. I mean, I remember it, but that's beside the point. Yes, for Final Approach Course or Forward Air Controller. I went to know that one. Airplane government. That doesn't follow the acronym though. I'm getting there. Awesome. Amazing. All right. Well, I have to go to bed. So thanks to whoever got lost and found their way here or found their way back. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. As always, the help. I need to remember. So it's the 30 degrees offset, and it's 3.77 degree angle, and or 400 feet per nautical mile, which I'll look up the whole ground speed situation for, from the final approach fix to the threshold crossing height. And I'll hopefully remember that now. Anyone know JTAC? Joint Tactical Air Controller. Yes, I know that one as well, because he just said it. You have family that does that? Cool. And yeah, so that was like the beginning attempt of Checkride. We started working through the ACS, and we'll just kind of keep on getting more thorough. So yay. So yeah, probably not gonna do Thursday. We'll see about doing Sunday. Yeah, we'll see about doing Sunday. Otherwise, we'll be back on Tuesday with more flying. And yeah. Ye old 9 lines and such. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I am aviation infant still, kind of. Well, yeah, I'm still technically an infant because I haven't passed instrument yet. Yes, see you tomorrow. I'm very excited. And unless anything comes up, I should be able to actually stay for the whole thing. Hopefully. I hope so. You'll post it in Discord? Excellent. Sounds good. All right. And yes, looking forward to it. I'm excited. And good luck. Good luck on getting things scheduled and getting that done. And I'm looking forward to hearing when you're all solid and recurrent. Yay. So yes. I hope you do like a, I don't know, special stream or announce it or something once you're all done, because that's gonna be fun. Yes. To figure out what I'm doing. So yes, thank you for being here as always. Thank you for the help. And yeah, hope to see you again soon. See you tomorrow. And I think that's it. If it's not brain is mush, I apologize. So thank you and